Hola, comadres. Happy New Year. Happy 2022. Miss Cheryl here with you all for our first Pep Talk of 2022. Don't worry, Miss Kathy will be back with us next week. I'll be hosting our Zoom tonight. Today's Wednesday, not Tuesday. Usually Pep Talks need to come on Tuesday. So I'm off to a little late start, but that's okay. So today for our pep talk, I want to share with you all something that I needed to hear, something that I've been reflecting on, and through the support of my little comadre group that I have been reflecting and have started to feel better about coming into a new year. It is about New Year's resolutions. Does that make anybody else feel a little bit overwhelmed? Because I realized this year, and the end of 2021 was a little different for me, for my family. We had suffered loss of my brother-in-law, my husband's twin brother. We, were coming off of that during Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then coming into the new year. And I thought, well, maybe that's what it is, but I sat down like I do every year, like many of us might do, or we've done our whole lives, sit down and, okay, what are my New Year's resolutions? That just gave me like so much anxiety and made me just feel bad. And I was already in a funk emotionally, but that's okay. Sometimes we're in a funk and we have to work through that. So I kind of threw it out there to our comadres, like I said, our small group of comadres, and I said, okay, this idea of New Year's resolutions, it just really bothers me, and it tends to make me feel bad about myself. What is it about resolutions? I tend to look at, okay, coming into 2022, all right, I'm gonna walk my dogs every day, I'm gonna keep my house clean, I'm gonna work out every day. I mean, like, I would talk about unrealistic expectations, right? What else? What else are the things that I did not do during 2021? So for me, focusing on the idea of resolutions for this new year, because it's a new opportunity to do better, do great, be perfect. And one of the comadres said that when we look at New Year's resolutions, we tend to, or society tells us, or we've grown up thinking, whatever that case may be, we set ourselves up for thinking we need to strive to perfection. We always need to strive to be better, to be our best version of ourselves, to be what we're intended to be. Do we need to be perfect? No. But I struggle with that. That's something I struggle with. Like, I gotta be perfect in my physical health, my spirituality, my job, a perfect mom, perfect wife, perfect everything. And that's just, we're setting ourselves up to be like, let ourselves down, which I don't believe we can let ourselves down unless we just completely give up. And believe me, these last couple weeks, there's times where I'm like, okay, I'm giving up. But that's okay, we get back up. Anyway, so that was one part. One of the comadres said, when we think about New Year's resolutions, sometimes we're setting ourselves up for this idea of perfection, that we have to be perfect. And we're putting this pressure on ourselves that is not healthy. It is not healthy. And I thought, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And because I'm saying New Year's resolutions, I'm looking at all the things I didn't accomplish during 2021, or all the things I didn't do good enough that I want to do in 2022. Did I say 2021, 2020? Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So that was one perspective that I got. I'm like, yeah. The other perspective was one of the comadres said, instead of saying like New Year's resolutions, like you're looking at the whole year, we don't need to do that. She's looking at setting monthly goals. Because for me, I do need to look at that and think, okay, what are some things that I want to accomplish, for myself, that I want to accomplish for my family, that I want to accomplish at work. And we should be doing that ongoing, not just because it's a new year, right? I say we should be, but like in order to, we want to improve ourselves, we got to set goals. We can't just like think, oh yay, I want to get in better condition. I want to be in better health. I'm in my 50s now. I want to be healthier for my grandchildren so I can live longer, have more fun, have more energy. Okay, what am I doing about it? What are the goals that I'm going to set, right? So those were the two things. We set ourselves up for this perfection goals. And so one of the comadres, like I said, suggested monthly goals. That's what she's going to do. I like that idea as well. Miss Kathy was the one who put it out there and said, instead of thinking of it as resolutions, think of it as, what was the word she used? Intentions for ourselves. I want to continue eating healthy. That is something that I started at the end of 2020, just really being more intentional. All right. Miss Kathy also said resuming things. Maybe we're resuming, me for example, walking my dogs. That's just always one of those things when it comes to the new year. I'm like, oh my God, I need to walk my dogs every day because the dogs go crazy and nuts. But okay, so that is something I've done in the past. I need to resume that. I choose to resume doing that. All right. Does that mean if I don't do it every day, I have failed? No. These practices or these habits that we consider to be healthy, good, things that we enjoy doing, let's resume those. So that's another perspective. The other perspective that another comadre gave was, let me see, because I don't want to forget. Let's see. Setting goals, resuming instead of resolving. Looking at the things that we did do well. That's something that I have been reflecting on, and I'm like, okay, why do I need to look at 2021 going into 2022? All the things I didn't do. I did not walk my dogs every day. All right, that's just a big one for me. It always kind of just is stuck in my head. I didn't keep my house clean. All right, so that's naturally going to be a New Year's resolution. No. What are the things or the practices or the habits that I started in 2021 or I continued or I resumed that I want to continue in 2022? I did a really great job. I did a great job on a lot of things. So I'm trying to look at it like that. What are the practices or the habits or the goals or the personal expectations I have that I want to continue? I've done really well in eating healthy. I've done really well, I haven't been working out every day. Okay, that's another one. I'm like, oh God, I gotta go work out every day. No. Don't look at it like that, Cheryl. Don't look at it like that. Look at, okay, what are the things I've done well? That's how I'm going to continue moving forward in 2022. In my personal life, in my professional life, in my relationships. We do a lot of good things well, and we're good enough. A lot of times for me, looking at resolutions, I'm like, okay, what are the areas where I wasn't good enough? And how can I improve? And we use that word improve. It's all right, we can improve, but that doesn't mean we weren't doing things well. So I want to leave you with that. I hope this is helpful and beneficial. Like I said, I'm just, it's my first pep talk, the first one of 2022, but just here is something that I do want to continue doing in 2022. Surrounding myself with like-minded individuals who build me up, who can help me pick myself up when I'm feeling down. And I have been in a funk. And I have reason to be. We have reason to be in a funk. Usually when we're in a funk, I just call it in a funk, okay? So I'm gonna surround myself with like-minded individuals. Does that mean we're all alike? Does that mean we always agree? No. Does that mean we see things exactly the same? No. But people who are going to help me become the best version of myself, the best me that I can be. All right? Does that mean strive for perfection? No. I've always done that, all right? And that's not necessarily bad. We want to do a great job. We want to do good in all areas of our life, whether we're moms, whether we're wives, whether we work, whatever our roles are in this life. We want to do our best. And that's okay, that's good. But let's, instead of focusing on all the things we didn't accomplish during 2021, let's look at the things we did accomplish, that we did do well, that we are proud of, and let's continue those. Let's resume some of the things that we might have fallen out of, okay? Let's resume those practices or those habits, and let's continue to be there for each other. Continue to be there for each other and continue to be there for ourselves. Give ourselves grace, give ourselves forgiveness, reach out. That was another thing I've done over the last couple of weeks. I kind of isolated myself a little, and that's all right. That's okay. Sometimes our hearts need that, our souls might need that, but don't, I try to tell myself, don't stay in that isolation or in that, being disconnected. So I say a lot. That's okay. Laughing at myself. So find yourself a good group of comadres. We're comadres here, but sometimes we need a smaller group too that we can reach out to in times where we are in those funks or we're in those down times, so that we can pick ourselves back up. We can pick ourselves back up. We can resume. We can continue moving forward. I'm going to leave you with this. In this day, we might be here at the end of the day. I'm here sort of towards the end of the day, and I don't know when you're listening to this. It might be at the beginning of the day, middle of the day, end of the day, but let's always try to bring joy to the day. And we each have a unique joy that we can bring. And let's find joy in our circumstances, sometimes no matter how stinky they may be. Find the joy within there and then bring the joy. All right, so Happy New Year. I hope we get to see you all on Zoom. We'll be there on Zoom tonight. Let's see, today's Wednesday. I shouldn't say that because maybe you're not listening to this on a Wednesday, but comadres, we love you. We miss you. We hope that your 2022 is off to a beautiful start. And if it's not, that's all right. Let's pick ourselves up and just keep moving forward, okay? Happy New Year.